So one of the biggest issues for financial advisors, obviously doing any type of advertising or marketing whatsoever, let alone publicity, is compliance. The sales prevention department, who think it's their job to say no and then make you work to get a yes, as opposed to trying to help you actually get business. Wouldn't that be nice? So we've sort of turned that around. So normally what a compliance department will say, if you're say, hey, can I go to, I want to get approval to do a radio interview? And they'll say, no. Mm-hmm. Now, you have options there. First of all, in FINRA rule, there's nothing against you doing an interview. Second of all, if you can go to your compliance department with something either that they have already pre-approved in their library of content that you're using in an interview, or something you've already written and you get approved by them in advance that you can use in the interview, then you're good. And we've got stuff to give you ideas on that. But here's one example. The dread of the compliance officer that you're going to be on an interview and someone's going to call in live, ask a question about XYZ stock, you make a recommendation without knowing anything about the client, it's totally wrong for them and they sue you and your company, which is the compliance officer nightmare. But we've got a way to solve that problem. So here's one of the ways, and Dave's going to obviously go into more detail, but the concept of solving that problem is this. We give you an email or a letter that we've written for you that you're going to send to your clients about your potential upcoming interview, asking them for questions that they would like to hear answered on the air. That will be approved by compliance. You send out the letter, they send back the responses. You write answers to the responses, and again, we're going to help you with that. And you take the questions and answers and submit them to compliance. Again, way before your interview. Just getting ready to apply the formula.
Now this can be done as much as 6 months in advance. The Publicity Guru formula, remember, is a plan over the course of an entire year. So I am sitting here, it's the summertime right now, and I know the hooks that I'm going to use for back to school time. I know the hooks I'm going to use for Christmas. That's how you got to think if you want to get publicity. So.
Absolutely. And the way you do that is with questions and answers that are evergreen.
Right.
So obviously, you're not going to answer the question, what did Ben Bernanke do yesterday? But the normal, geez, I'm 60 and I'm 5 years from retirement and is Social Security going to be there for me? Or am I going to have enough money? Or what do you think about asset allocation funds? Stuff like that. Those are evergreen, permanent topics that you can always get coverage on in the media and you can always use.
Yeah, now a lot of people don't realize this about publicity, and you've seen this in some of the lessons so far. We're going to elaborate on this. That when you're doing an interview, people think that it's not scripted. And typically it's not scripted. Don't get me wrong, Howard Stern doesn't follow a script. However, you'd be surprised how, quote-unquote quasi-scripted these things actually are. For my interviews, I have a list of questions that I give to every host. And beside each question, I have a little timer. This is 2 minutes, this is 30 seconds, and so forth. What does this mean? This is kind of industry code for saying, hey, if you don't want to do any research, if you don't want to ask me anything original, just ask me questions that are on this list, and my answer is 2 minutes long, and this one is 30 seconds long, and so forth. So 9 times out of 10, the host will actually just go down the list and ask questions. The other thing is, a lot of people don't realize that media is not this big behemoth that you have to do whatever it says. This program is about negotiating with the media. So one of the lessons we're going to have is how to actually negotiate for more time on an interview. Somebody says, I'll give you 5 minutes. I've negotiated that up to half an hour. So you can negotiate for more time. You can also negotiate for certain rules. You can say that you have to deal with compliance, so you're not allowed to answer financial questions that haven't been pre-approved. But by the way, I have a whole list of pre-approved questions, so you can go in whatever direction you want as long as you follow these guidelines. And the end result is, if you follow this formula right, the interview looks spontaneous. It looks fun, it looks easy, and it also looks like somebody just asked you a question 5 minutes ago, when really it's all been planned out ahead of time. It's all been brought through compliance, and the station really loves it because they're dealing with somebody who has also gone through a level of compliance that protects them as well, and that'll guarantee you get a lot more interviews from them in the future. Now, one of the other tools we're going to use is how to actually parlay this to get more interviews in the future. The great thing about media is if you're a regular guest on a show, then you're seen as a level above in terms of expertise than somebody who's just a one-time guest. Well, how you become a regular guest? You say, well, I have to come back because these questions that came up, the certain questions were emailed in after the show. I have to answer those, but I can't do it now. I have to send them to compliance. I'm going to get my answers. I'm going to send them to compliance. When it's all done, I'll go back on the air for you. And then the producers would be like, oh, you'll do that for us? You'll actually
I suppose I could make the time.
You'll actually get this approved for us and everything? Is probably, you sure it doesn't cost us anything for you to do all this work? And, oh no, I'll do it for you. And the producers jump at the chance. And then what happens is every time you do an interview, we got more emails come in and we have to get those answered. Then we have to go through compliance. So you're going to have a situation where there's a couple of different categories with our compliance plan, if you will. The first category is to use stuff that's already been pre-approved or material that we already know about and we already approve of and compliance knows well in advance. And you make it quite clear for every interview that everything is going to be pre-approved material. And the way you do this is you can send emails back and forth with producers. And these emails actually work as a quasi-contract to say this is what we're going to do on the air, this is what we're going to do on the air. If anything deviates from this, then I can just end the interview at any time and you can just walk away and you're perfectly legally allowed to. In fact, the station will look pretty bad in their eyes and even leave themselves open to litigation if they try to push you on something that's not according to compliance. You don't realize how much these stations have to lose by not following the rules. So you use your material, your existing material that's already been pre-complied with, but then you also want to have stuff that's fresh. You want something that's interesting and different, unique questions. And the way you get that is from viewer submissions. So viewers and listeners will submit questions during your interview. You'll solicit these, but you will not answer them during the interview. You will ask people, hey, after my interview, email this email, and I will get answers for you. You don't say that it'll get answers for you 6 months from now, but you'll get answers for them.
Right, and you're going to respond to them. Right away, and then put the question on the air in a future interview, because you're going to respond to them right away saying, hey, well, I've got the answer for you. Why don't we get together and talk in my office and have a consultation and see what other questions you've got, which obviously is your ultimate goal, is getting more business. Right.
This is one of the kind of, not sneaky ways, but one of the hidden ways that you can acquire new leads is to offer a free consultation, offer free advice, and then people will send you emails and they'll respond accordingly. So you use your existing data that way, you mine new questions from the show itself, and then you also take your current list, and this is what you should do right away as step one. You take your current list of customers, whoever you have is your customer, and you send them our form letter that asks for specific questions on financial matters without giving up any personal information. So they don't give out their personal you know who they are, but they don't give out personal identifying information, because that way you can use it on the air. And then they respond to this specific questions, and they come up with their own questions, and then you will send the answers through compliance. And then we'll go through different areas, different lessons on compliance and how to actually pitch this to compliance, so they know you're following the rules and they know that any deviation from the rules, although you will get a lot of publicity and a lot of press, any deviation, you will not be saying anything on the air that is not approved by compliance, because you have to get them really on your side.
Absolutely, and that's how to get it to work. And obviously we'll be going into more detail in future training sessions. But we just wanted to give you the tip of the iceberg in terms of where we're going with this, so you get the idea that yes, it is possible, yes, other advisors have done it, and you can do it too.